This is the real reason the New England Patriots offense looks so horrid. Let's jump into it and how they can fix it. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots on the daily, pushing out content to people just like you who love some Patriots football. So do me a favor before we get started. As always, please hit that subscribe button and like and comment at some point. I'd truly appreciate it. So what is this issue on offense? We're going to jump into it as well. We're going to be talking some wild news on the Patriots front. I'm sure you know about that, as well as potential trade rumors that I think, as always, are just stupid. So let's just jump into it. Stupid as in, what's the point of even doing this? It is what it is. But we're going to jump right into it. First of all, we are looking at Jacoby Brissett. Now, you're probably going to say to yourself right now, Aaron, the true reason for this offensive not playing well is the offensive line. And I would agree to a point. To a point, I would agree with that. But we need to look at the play of Jacoby Brissett. Too often in all of these games that the Patriots have played, all 5 of these games, he has sat in the pocket way too long. And people have said, well, Aaron, the pocket's collapsing, blah, blah, blah. Yes, that's true at times. But there's still times where he cannot deliver, that he overthrows, especially on awful out routes, corner routes, whatever it might be. Just does not look great and does not look comfortable in the pocket. You might be telling yourself right now, you might be yelling at the screen saying, Aaron, you don't know what you're talking about. Jacoby Brissett is not the answer, ladies and gentlemen. He is not. He is a second-string quarterback. I have no issue with him backing up Drake May, being a leader, being a veteran voice for him. But the thing is, he is not the leader. He is not the franchise the franchise person moving forward for this team. Now, you're saying, Aaron, no way. Okay, let's look at his stats. He has not thrown for the highest he's thrown for was 168 yards. Average pass was 5.3 yards average. Remember, we've talked about different games where how many attempts has he had over 10 or even 15 yards? Not very many. Well, Aaron, the offensive line. Yes, sure, I'll give you that. But when it comes down to it, still, there are plenty of times. He had plenty of time yesterday where he was able to get the ball out and he did not convert. It did not look good. He looked uncomfortable and just awkward in the pocket. Did not have good presence. We got to remember that in the NFL, you have about 2 seconds, if that, in the pocket to get the ball off. He has had plenty of time, multiple times to do that, and he cannot do anything. Well, Aaron, what about the wide receivers? There are talented wide receivers on this roster that can play football. Now, granted, you have some younger wide receivers in Polk, even Pop is younger, but still, Pop has that experience. He got the ball a lot more yesterday against the Dolphins, and he needs to get the ball more. Kendrick Bourne is back. I'm not saying he is the absolute answer, but he is someone who's good. KJ Osborne also has that potential. Jalen Polk has shined at times as well. And so, and then as well, you look at the tight ends, 2 veteran tight ends that are solid in Hunter Henry. There we go. When you have 2 first names, it is what it is. Hunter Henry and then Austin Hooper. I think we keep saying offensive line. No. What the issue is Jacoby Brissett. So what is the answers to that question? And this is what we jump into Gerard Mayo and what he had to say. So asked about anticipating if he anticipating starting Drake May week 6 against the Houston Texans. A good team, a tough team, most likely a playoff team who could make a deep run. He responded with this: we're in a solution-driven business. Yes, duh. If you're not performing, if you're not doing what you should be able to do, then you are going to sit the bench. Case in point. All right. And we are not playing good football. Yes, I appreciate him owning that. We have to look at every single unit and every single player and figure out how we use this roster to go out there and win games. 100%. And it starts a lot of times. You look at the quarterback play. Well, Aaron, Drake May is not ready. Okay. But again, he has much better, everything he has shown us. He has a much better pocket presence. He is much more athletic. He is going to be able to draw out the play. Now, that last drive when Jacoby Brissett, he literally should have been sacked. It was a miracle he didn't get sacked. But there has been too many times where it's just been awkwardly standing in the pocket. The pocket collapses on him. And there's times where there are receivers that are open. Granted, who knows where he's at in his progression. But again, he could, like, even the analysts were talking about, could have hit him here, and he didn't. So the question becomes, again, I'm not saying the offensive line is the best offensive line in the NFL. I'm not even saying it's run-of-the-mill average. It is definitely in the bottom tier. But I think we are blaming them way too much for this offense in their woes. I do think the biggest issue is Jacoby. Some of the play calling wasn't great as well by AVP, but again, he has said himself he is going to call this offense different with Jacoby than he would with Drake May. Let's see Drake May then. That's it. Comment below. What do you think? Do you think Jacoby is the big issue? What is the glaring issue on this offense, and how do we fix it? Again, I'm fine with Drake May starting. Let him start. We've seen Jaden Daniels is starting, Caleb Williams is starting, Bo Nix is starting, and some of those teams don't even have their offensive line. I would say they're all probably better than definitely the Patriots. But again, you got to let him play. Let him play. Again, I feel like they're keeping him close to the chest because it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, for Elliott Wolf and Gerard Mayo, this is a lot of times you are defined by your quarterback, especially the one that you chose and you pick. So when it comes down to it, if we could be doing good with Jacoby, we're going to leave him in as long as we can. We've seen Jacoby. We know what he can do. We've seen it right here, looking at his stats. Again, 160 yards, 168 yards, 98 yards, 149, 121. And again, if you really look back to that Cincinnati win, it makes me think that was more of a fluke than anything. Again, the defense is not playing bad. The Patriots have been in some of these games. Seahawks should have won that game. Miami should have won that game. They could easily be 3-2 right now. Easily be 3-2. You might, again, disagree with me, but again, the quarterback play needs to be better. I think that is the issue on the offense right now. Again, comment below. I'm getting fiery right now. What do you think? Let's hear from you. Next, Jabril Peppers. This was wild. This was out of left field. So Jabril Peppers was arrested the other day. He was charged with assault and battery, had a dangerous weapon, strangulation, possession of Class B substance that they believe to be cocaine. Wow. This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say one of two things. First, if all true, obviously, and it seems to be, this is just horrendous. And he should be dropped from the team immediately. That's no question. Now, I understand what the Patriots are doing in saying we need to let the legal process play out. But again, at this point, he should not play at all. He should not be playing. And when they find out what happened, he should immediately be dropped. And no questions asked. I understand that, there's times where it's he said, she said, whatever. But when it comes down to it, when all the facts settle and everything is set up for the New England Patriots, I think probably not too long, he will be dropped from the team and he will not play for the New England Patriots again. It is very unfortunate. I think he had a ton of potential. Obviously, he was a leader in that secondary, and so it is sickening to read this story just because You don't want to hear it. This is awful. It makes you sad for the situation, and you hope that he is charged for the full extent of the law, if all true, and that also he can just get some help because this is again just horrendous. So again, if true and the facts come to the Patriots where it's like, yes, this is definite and we need to make action, they better take action quick because if not, it looks very bad on them. So. That is really all I'm going to say about him. You look at the secondary. Now we know that he was out the other day. And so you have Hawkins, again, a lot of potential there. He's had his moments. And then DELL Pettus. I actually really like DELL Pettus. Made a video about him not too long ago. I'll try to find it and tag it at the end of this. So if you want to click it and watch that. He's from Troy, very athletic, and has a ton of potential, good size. And so give that video a look. Last but not least, Uche, the linebacker, could be, here we go, here's one of these trade rumors from Sports Illustrated, could be a trade option to Kansas City. Again, just very, very interesting. It says right here, trading him for some kind of value rather than letting him walk for nothing would be wise. Sure, I guess, maybe. But again, this is all just speculation. What's the point of having this conversation when I don't know. Sometimes people are just grasping for things, and I just think this is a stupid idea. So it is what it is. Aaron, you can tell I'm talking third person. I'm heated today, but we will talk later. This is Sports Talk Patriots. Hit that subscribe button. Anything you want to comment about, comment below. I appreciate you guys. Talk later. Peace.